What's up? If you enjoy anything that you see in this video, go ahead and subscribe. Also, feel free to comment. I'll comment back, I promise. Can someone please explain to me why this CG cutscene looks so goddamn good? Better than Forces. It's a shame. Yo, what's up you guys? It's the kid Spot here, and I'm here to talk about one of my favorite Sonic games. Sonic Riders was released February of 2006 during one of the worst years of my Hedgehog, yo. When the game was released, it wasn't really doing so hot. If anything, it was pretty mediocre to people, often calling it a Mario Kart ripoff. But as of recent years, a surge of positive feedback came and hit Riders. Like a lot of fans, they want a sequel to Zero Gravity. None of that, free Riders bullshit. When I first picked up the game late 2006, it blew my little mind away, yo. I thought the new characters, the Babylonians, they were pretty dope people. Now here almost 12 years later, damn, I feel old. Was Sonic Riders really overrated or was it underrated? I'm pretty sure if you're watching this, you've played Sonic Riders before. This game was possibly the most unique Sonic racing game at the time. With a unique air mechanic that depleted over time and you could refill it by doing like tricks, gathering rings, and taking a pit stop. But honestly, who did that shit? Along with that, Riders came with a pretty cool story of Sonic and friends searching for a Chaos Emerald only for the Babylonians to steal it, and of course, Egg Boy was behind it. And Eggman's holding the Grand Prix of the Fast Extreme Gear Racers. Hold up, can we again just take a moment how good this opening cutscene is? Like, this shit is just so goddamn sexy. It's honestly just a reason for Sonic to be on the hoverboard, let's be honest with you. This idea alone was awesome. Even until this day, I wish that hoverboards, they exist in that little rolling shit that's not even actual hoverboards that explodes and got banned off airplanes and shit. Now, Riders introduced some pretty cool characters into the series, which I would love to see in the main series Sonic game, like Jet the Hawk, Wave the Swallow, and Storm the Albatross. Let's be honest though, before I even played this game, I didn't know what the hell an Albatross was. The characters, they had a pretty, interesting backstory. As, to most Sonic characters back in that time, they all had, pretty good backstories. The sequel Zero Gravity, while in my opinion, not as good as the OG Riders, was still pretty dope and showed off a new mechanic, that being like the Zero Gravity feature, which, I don't know, I would kind of say Mario Kart 8 took notes from that. Now the controls for Sonic Riders, they do feel a bit, light at times, but I mean, it's nothing hard, and plus it fits the game with you being on a hoverboard. But I mean, what's the point of playing it if the courses are boring? But it's the opposite. Each course stands out and having, some pretty good shortcuts and certain gimmicks to your character and what type they are. And also their hoverboards as well. Also the soundtracks for both games. Oh my goodness, that's on some Super Saiyan guys, Super Saiyan type shit, man. Especially the original soundtrack for the OG Riders. Also, it can't be a racing game if you don't have nothing to do afterwards, which is why both games have a fuck ton of unlockable gear, characters, and also different game modes such as time attacks and battle mode. So for a Sonic game to have a decent plot for a racing game, and okay, understandable controls, interesting courses, dope soundtrack, multiple unlockable gears, characters, battle mode, time attack, it's a wonder why people bash this shit so much. Well, it was mainly bashed by a lot of reviewers too. But I feel since this was only a year after Shadow the Hedgehog release and only 3 months after Mario Kart DS release, that, Sonic was already looking kind of shady. Riders was really an overlooked game at the time, so I'm glad that now it's getting the proper attention it deserves. It's pretty sad that Sega dropped the Riders series in favor for the All-Star Racing games. But hopefully one day, they bring us back to these games with a, like something new or either a re-release. So in my opinion, Sonic Riders was definitely an underrated game at the time, but it's finally getting some good spotlight now. So tell me your opinions on Sonic Riders. Do you think that Sonic game deserves a re-release or, another sequel? So I'm gonna catch you guys up. This is Kid Spot. Make sure you guys go ahead and smack that like button. And yeah, you guys, peace, baby boy.